After a busy 15-week off-season, NASCAR is back on February the 14th for a new season and the event they'd all love to win, the Daytona 500.
It's your one chance of the year to win the biggest race of the year, and having won the race, before, you understand the impact that it has not only for you personally for your career, but for the race team and the sponsors, and the amount of exposure that comes with that is way over the top of any other race that you can win throughout the year. So the biggest thing that you have to do is just not get yourself in a position to just become so amped up and jacked up that you just make a dumb mistake.
You think you have a game plan going into that race, because it is a very long race and you're going from daytime in the night mostly, but there's so many other strategies with fuel and how you pit. You got partners, you got teammates, you get shuffled out, something happens and puts you out of your game plan. So that's the cool thing about that race is the emotions are crazy from the time they throw the green to the checkered.
SHR will be looking for their first victory at the 500 since 2017 when Kurt Busch claimed the Harley Earl Trophy with SHR veteran Tony Gibson serving as crew chief.
It's one of those things that it's life-changing, and growing up as a kid and my home track and to race there so many years, come so close that man, it's unbelievable. It's one of the biggest things that's happened to me in my career. It lasts forever, dude. I mean, that's one race that a lot of drivers and crew chiefs and crew members have never been fortunate enough to win, because it's once a year and there's only so many of them, and it's very, very hard to win.
Having won 9 Xfinity races last year, Chase Briscoe makes his NASCAR Cup Series debut for SHR at Daytona, just as his teammate Cole Custer did last year. There hasn't been a rookie winner for a decade, but everyone has a shot.
I think it's doable. It's not unlikely. It's hard. Those guys are so good at what they do. They have so much more experience in certain situations than me, but I mean, we're certainly going to go there and try to win the race. But I think you just have to have honest expectations. This will be the first race I've ever raced in my career that's over 300 miles. So the Cup Series, all of them are over 300. So this is the first real test of that distance, the length. The Daytona 500 is normally so chaotic. I just want to run all 500 miles, truthfully.
It was nerve-wracking. I mean, a race that I've watched since I was a little kid. I mean, and racing against guys I've watched on TV forever. So for that to be the first race, the Super Bowl of our sport was really nerve-wracking. So I'm glad that I don't have to do that again. But I think just part of it's just the wow factor of the whole thing of, you've watched it since you were a little kid, and you just have to kind of put that aside and treat everybody the same.
Last year's race was marked by a 24-hour rain delay and Ryan Newman's horrific final lap crash, which underlined the dangers of the sport and the incredible safety measures implemented by NASCAR over the years.
We are going fast out there on those super speedways, close to 200 miles an hour, maybe a little bit above, and you're going fast, but I think we all kind of have so much confidence in the safety that NASCAR's done and that we do at SHR. I mean, they put a lot of emphasis on making sure that we're safe out there. So it's something where at least we don't have to think about that. We can just go out there and try and drive the car as fast and aggressive as we can.
While Kevin Harvick won the 500 back in 2007, he hasn't won it for SHR, and his crew chief Rodney Childers is desperate to tick that box. Tony Gibson won it after decades of trying, so each edition is a brand new opportunity.
You have to take the Daytona 500 and separate it from every other race, because it's not like every other race. Everybody will tell you that you approach it just like you would every other race. That's not true. It's impossible. Kevin's won the Daytona 500, right? And Rodney has not. So as a crew chief, we talk about that from time to time. It's like, how do you hold your emotions in check? It's very difficult. And like I tell him, I said, dude, you're a young crew chief. You've won a lot of races and you're young, you have a great driver. So each time you go there, you have a shot to win it. So you have to go into that race, forget about what happened last time. It's all about, I got another opportunity. I tell those guys all the time, never give up, don't stop. I mean, no matter what happens till the very end, till that car will not roll again, keep digging, keep pushing, because you never know what can happen.